just heard from the royal family that King Charles learned from his past blunders and won't let Harry and Meghan slip through his fingers. Looks like it's curtains for this sneaky duo. Their shot at rejoining the royal crew is as slim as can be. Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. Earlier today, royal author Tom Quinn shared that the king doesn't feel any regret about Harry and Meghan's decision to move to the US, even as he battles cancer and undergoes treatment. There's been talk about who might step in for the king if needed. During discussions about offering the couple an official role, experts warned that even a small disagreement could spark public outrage and criticism. Quinn mentioned that an official informed him that both King Charles and Prince William feel wary after their previous experiences and aren't willing to take any more risks. It must be incredibly tough for the king, considering Harry is his son, but it seems King Charles is finally facing the reality. It was hard for him when he realized that his son only visited as an afterthought, just to sign some legal papers, all arranged by Harry beforehand for security reasons. Honestly, Harry's actions have deeply hurt his family, but you know the saying, what goes around comes around. That's karma for you. People always say that whatever you put out into the world, you'll get back tenfold. If you do bad things, well, expect them to come back to you in the end. It's quite interesting how Meghan keeps bringing up that old letter she wrote to the dish soap company as a kid, complaining about gender stereotypes. But seriously, can someone point out where she's shown in the promo video? The one in the kitchen. I strongly believe they both knew that any future contact would just be used by Harry and Meghan to make more money by selling stories to the media as soon as possible. Can someone please fill me in on what's happening with this American Riviera Orchard thing? What's the deal with it? Clearly, they didn't think much about business studies in this venture. The public deserves to know what exactly they're trying to sell. Maybe Meghan thinks just having Duchess in her title exempts her from promoting it properly. It's probably going to end up like those Duchy of Cornwall products. Meghan Markle seems to copy everything. I swear she doesn't have an original idea in her head. Personally, I think the family should let their lawyers take action against any interference. Harry and Meghan need to be stopped. Charles should do whatever it takes to keep them at a distance. Honestly, they're a real danger. And after what Meghan's friends did at WME, they should be considered a risk. So be cautious about anything coming out of Montecito, especially if it seems to show concern for cancer victims like Charles and Catherine. It's likely all just fake for their own PR benefit, nothing more. Looks like Harry went ahead and uploaded that trailer after all, despite his mother's legacy. Doing that on the 25th anniversary of her award ceremony while Prince William was giving his speech is just disgraceful. Especially considering Harry claims to love his family. Seems like Harry and Meghan just want to stir things up to outdo them. It's a shame for those two, though, they fail every time. I really hope that when William becomes king, he'll be strong enough to strip them of their titles, their duke and earl statuses too. They wanted to be free of royal constraints, yet they're always trying to overshadow them. But the truth is, they can't pull it off. I don't know about you all, but I'm really looking forward to the day when William becomes king. The first to understand why the queen didn't advocate the throne for her son. She knew he would face challenges. Like her late father, the queen learned about the Constitution and how it functions. Similarly, she passed on this knowledge to Charles and even had visits from William when he was at Eton for the same purpose. Now, about that Instagram page for the American Riviera Orchards, there's something you all should know. According to a source who spoke with Lady C, many of those followers are actually bot accounts. Meghan Markle reportedly purchased them in India during her last YouTube video, so everything Meghan is known for being famous and successful for now could be misleading. It seems the only thing they're focused on is themselves. They don't seem interested or genuinely concerned about anyone else. You know, I really feel for Charles right now. He's only human, he has feelings, and I'm sure he's hurting inside. There are many fathers who would completely cut off their sons and tell them to stay away until they learn to respect their emotions. I see Harry and Meghan as a really sad situation. The sooner they lose their royal status and fade from the public eye, the better for all of us. But at the same time, I have to admit, even though Charles may love his son, he doesn't necessarily have to like him. Charles is fortunate that he only got his fingers burned, if you ask me. I mean, Meghan Markle has attacked Charles and the rest of the royal family time and time again. They're lucky she's not trying to take them to court. Yet. Well, in his book, Fair Harry disclosed a lot of unnecessary information, betraying everyone's trust. King Charles must realize by now that he can never trust Harry again, and now we're supposed to believe that Harry and Meghan have moved on from their royal life. Meghan recently launched her new business, American Riviera Orchard. But aren't many of these ventures still associated with the royal family? Is that what she's relying on? Her latest venture seems to be selling tea towels, coffee, and jam. Quite the success, huh? Oh, yeah, Meghan's really making strides in the world. Meghan's latest business venture is registered in Delaware, a known spot for hiding money. I thought they were supposed to pay taxes on it, but who knows? Honestly, I figured by now the IRS would have been all over their accounts and charities. I'm sure Meghan Markle has some cash stashed away for herself. That's her safety net for when she leaves Harry. I mean, he never made any money on his own anyway, just lived off his father. Meghan Markle is worthless. Housing, when Harry was in the royal family, was provided and maintained by the family. Doing media stunts won't bring Meghan enough money to live on. The last thing the royal family needs is more drama from those two. Whenever Harry and Meghan do anything, drama seems to follow. It's all just a load of nonsense they put out. And you know what? Speaking of privacy, I could use some more of it. I'm tired of seeing those two in my news feeds all the time. Charles has enough to worry about right now. Harry and Meghan are being very malicious, trying to target him when he's vulnerable. There's no speculation about who will step in for Charles. There's already a list of counselors of state, and Harry's assistance isn't needed because he's burned his bridges. He can never be trusted. He's told too many lies and twists the narrative to suit his agenda. The royal family simply doesn't interfere in their daily lives. They don't bother us. It's part of the country's history, and it's much better than having dictators. If I were a father, if I were King Charles, I'd do my best to forgive my son. But given the seriousness of the leaks and all this back and forth nonsense, I'd make it clear that any communication has to be recorded with very clear audio. I'd probably insist on videotaping everything too. Of course, the videos would stay private unless the communication is leaked. If that happens, all the footage would be released. Honestly, who's Harry trying to impress with is a game? It doesn't matter anymore. If King Charles has clear audio and video evidence of Harry making mistakes, accusations, or spreading false statements, that would be more than enough. The king has the support of the people. They'll see and hear what Harry's up to and won't believe him. So if Harry spills the beans and then gets caught lying when the evidence is released, he's in big trouble. Nobody will trust him. So go ahead, Harry, play your games. But remember, loose lips sink ships. As long as the king refuses to engage and starts the process of stripping Harry and Meghan of their titles, cutting all formal ties to the crown, and removing them from the line of succession, he and the rest of the royal family will be fine. If King Charles and the rest of the family don't take action, they'll continue to be at risk of being burned by Meghan and Harry. So if they don't want to deal with these threats, then fine, don't forgive Harry, don't let him come back. Just now, I shared with you the main content of the incident where King Charles has decided not to make the same mistake with Harry and Meghan again. How do you feel about this incident? Please leave a comment to let me know, and don't forget to motivate me to create more interesting videos by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the King YouTube channel. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.